we have new features to go over today. So this is the feature list, so you might want to just take a screenshot, or at least the important ones that I think are going to be helpful for you to know. Let's take them in order. Dynamic video ads, I've got two here. New template design options. This is going to be really nice to show. I'll just go into, I guess, any one of these for video. And if you remember what they used to look like when we created a new template, the form, it was really just three fields. It was the name, description, and whether they wanted companion or the digital asset ad. But now we still have name, description, but now they can define the number of records per ad. So typically in a 30-second ad, we cycle through 6 vehicles, but we don't have to. So now they can decide, I want that to only go through 4 vehicles, or I want that to go through 10 vehicles. Logo upload. Font style selection, so we have these are the most commonly used fonts that we have to select here, but they can still, if they have a specific font file that they need us to use, we can still support that, but that will just go through a support ticket. Just email support, say, hey, we need to use this font file, and we can go ahead and put those in, or they can just select from one we already have. And then we have the colors. So we've got font color, and by the way, when you go in here, RGB, you have to kind of, everybody's going to want hex, and that's how you get to the hex. So you put in the hex color code, or select a color. So we got font color, accent color 2, and accent color 3. What do these correspond to? Good question. I'll have to get with Andrew for the exact what they match up to. But we are going to, in the next iteration, start adding a preview here of what it's going to look like. It's not going to be actually a preview of the ad. It'll be more kind of like a skeleton of the ad, the square and the section that would be the background of the data area. It would show associated accent color too, so when we change that, they could see where that will appear in the ad. So that's coming soon, but right now they can at least start selecting their own colors, and that's pretty much it. So it really nice start to allow users to start specifying design elements for the video ads within the interface rather than a support ticket. Okay, so let's move on to new custom sort, control, and video ad versions. So this is down here, and this has gone through a few changes, and you might not have even seen the last iteration, but ever since we started supporting non-automotive, and therefore, we didn't want to be showing in the filter all the makes, models, all the auto-specific stuff when it wasn't automotive. So we started basing the filter options off only what record or what fields were in the feed, and the automotives has so many, it became really unwieldy to show that in the interface. So we have pretty much updated it, and I'm going to have to actually put something in here. First template, start date, and custom text, and add URL, and TV. Okay, so now when we're going to do the custom sort, so we want to add the filters in here. It's on the next, and it works the exact same way as we have in the custom feeds. So now we go and first select condition is new. So we don't have to show this huge list of fields that they can filter on. They just add them one at a time by selecting here first. So it's just a better way to present that tool to the user, less clutter in the interface. I'm just going to pop into one of the existing to see how it works there. Okay, so in the existing there, I have it, and they can just filter right there. Okay, so that's the video ad updates. Custom feeds. We do have a really nice addition to custom feeds. It's simple, but it's I think people are going to like it. The now available feed type. So this is for vehicles that have recently been added to inventory that they might want to promote. So I'm going to go down to custom feeds, and we'll create one of those. Just arrived. And there it is, now available, our new feed type. Any format we want. I'll just go with the AdWords. Do this on my Continental Nissan. And This is where you say vehicles added in the last, and just like any other historical feed type, we got to be concerned with make sure you make a large enough date range that they'll have vehicles. But I'll put in last 7 days and last week. These have been added, and we can still add, of course, the URL parameters. Still add filters, but don't have to. Submit. Continental Nissan. Okay, and I did the same thing right before. So this is the one because we didn't put a filter on it. So I'll go and take a peek at that. And now you can see we've got 28 records out of their full inventory feed. These are the vehicles that have been added to inventory in the last 7 days that they might want to promote. We are going to get asked. There's no field in here that shows the actual date that it was added. And I know we're going to get asked for that. And no, it's not available, and it's not going to be available. And it's a long explanation of why that's going to be difficult because it sounds so simple. But we're in the world of big data. We probably have tens, if not hundreds of millions of records that we're querying. And according to Stavo, the load that would put on to be able to store that data is serious. So we're not going to do it. Prepare for that. Okay, let's go into search, dynamic search templates. Got a couple good things there. I'll just do it from here. Okay, and I've already got some created. The first one applies to both auto templates and pre-build templates. So let me just go into, I'll just do my model count test here so I can show both of them with this. Actually, no, cancel that. Okay, new template, and I'll show it in pre-build. So the simple addition that was made that's going to be nice. We used to not be able to put a URL in here when creating a new template until it was grayed out and it wouldn't let you do anything, and it was all confusing. Why can I create this ad group but it won't let me put in the final URL? Until you went down and created your first ad. And that was really klutzy and confusing and create a lot of support issues. So we have now made it where you can put that final URL in without adding an ad, or at least up to that point, you won't be able to save still until you create an ad. And the reason for this is, there is a data table for ads, and in that ads data table, that's where we keep the final URL for the ad. There's a separate table for ad groups. So if there's no ad record, we can't add the final URL to it. So we still have to have that ad, but now they can at least put it in here before moving down to the next section, creating their ads. Okay, that was the simple one. The other one is not simple, and it's turning out to be quite a powerful tool. And this is the ability to filter on counts. I'll just show you. I'm going to use this model test count. This is only in auto templates. Okay, so we've always had the filters, and by the way, now the filters in the template, in the auto templates, are looking like the custom feeds and the custom sort and the video ad versions. So we're kind of adopting that same look and feel for everywhere we're using filters. But I've got one in here, and you notice if I do this drop down, we've got some interesting, we got make, but then we have this make count, model count. I think there was maybe another, yeah, year count. Those are the only three we've got so far, but right now I've got it set up for model count greater than 3. And I'm going to go ahead and, there's a preview here, so I'll just go ahead and click this, save and download preview. This is just going to download essentially a feed file. Okay, and if I look over here, why don't I just do this? Okay, make and model, that's really all we want to see here, so get rid of the clutter. Okay, so it's, and excuse me, I need to do sorts here so you can see this. Sort, actually we'll do sort this way, data, sort. Because I want to do first by make. Where's my make? There it is. And then I want to add a level and do it by model. Okay. Notice it is only showing vehicles in here that have over 3. I didn't do greater than or equal to 3. So this is 4 or more essentially vehicles. So they could now with this, and I do have it set up to where if this runs, and here's the Continental Nissan campaign that I have this running into. So these are the count filters. It's only creating ad groups and ads and keywords for those vehicles that have over 4 or more. And really helpful because this is going to two things. We want to promote the used vehicles. We have too many. We got 20 Honda Civics, but we only have one of this other. So we want to promote those. So that's going to be helpful. But there's another unexpected benefit we get from this, and that's we could actually combine this with bidding. So we could create 2 templates. One like I have here, maybe with over 3. So that's kind of confusing. Greater than equal to 4. Same thing. 1, 4 or more vehicles, and then a separate template that creates ad groups for 3 or less vehicles, and then have bidding difference. So only the ads where it's promoting 4 or more vehicles, I want to set my bid higher, and those with only 1 or 2 or 3 vehicles, I'm going to set my bids lower. And that's a really nice benefit. That's something we've actually wanted to do in the past. This is a clunkier way of getting there than we wanted to do, but now the capability is there, so we can have bidding based on inventory levels now. And I think that was our last feature. That's it. So that's everything.